Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the big wrestling news of the day. I should have guessed done it earlier, but didn't have the time to do earlier, but now I do. Uh, but hey, so Bray Wyatt has been released by WWE. In all honesty, like part of it is sad, and obviously it's a shocking news because currently Bray Wyatt is like a guy that people somewhat know, but it's not like he's a big draw as a guy like fucking, he's not a draw as like Cena or Reigns and whatever in this current age of wrestling. Bray Wyatt, here's the thing. With Bray Wyatt, you guys have to notice, like, okay, people are gonna blame like, oh, Cena buried him or whatever the fuck, even though he got his win back and someone embarrassed him in 37 or 36, I don't know. But for the thing is with Bray Wyatt, I'm not saying the guy didn't have talent. The guy did some cool wrestling shit. He had some good matches, I would say, maybe. But the reality, I'm thinking, like, what kind of great matches really did he really have? Like, I would say, like, there were some matches with like, for example, the Last Man Standing match was good, I guess. Him versus Daniel Bryan, even though I hate Bryan, him versus Daniel Bryan was good. Like, the two matches they had at both Royal Rumbles. I mean, maybe some of the Reigns matches, I don't know, but, like, or even the Firefly fucking Inferno match, that's like the recent match that was actually kind of good. You know what I mean? And it's the cool fucking fire. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, and maybe it's him versus Braun Strowman. Like the fucking shit. The Swan fight match was terrible, but they had the SummerSlam match, even the payback with Reigns. So that was at least somewhat alright. But like, the guy, he tried to have character. People wanted him to be like the next Undertaker, but there's no way he could be the next Undertaker. Especially like him losing to Cena. Like, okay, I'm not trying to make this all. It's Cena's fault. Like, and it's not like it's Cena's choice to bury the guy. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's WWE's choice. But obviously, there's no doubt about it. WWE ruined his booking a lot. And it's ruined to the point that you don't really give a shit about Bray Wyatt. But then, definitely him trying to be like, oh, I'm scary, or I'm the fucking, the stupid Hawaiian shirt, whatever it's supposed to be, fucking, the Eater of Worlds gimmick. It turned out to be a fail. Let's be honest here. It turned out to be a fucking failure, okay? Because the guy, he's just speaking of horse. And also, who would forget him versus Taker? Him fucking feuding with Taker after Taker losing the fucking streak, and he's just like, I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna be the new face of fear. And then the guy ends up fucking losing, and he still says, oh, but anyways, I'm a new face of fear anyways. And also him losing the Undertaker, but the thing is, like, why should he be Taker? Like, seriously, especially after losing Cena, especially him, like, feuding with jobbers. Why would that be something? Why should he defeat Taker? You know what I mean? So who gives a fuck that why people complain about him losing to Taker? Honestly, like, and especially it's kind of not good for Taker. Like, seriously making it seem like he's just as compatible to beat, like, Lesnar or something, because Lesnar beat the streak. You know what I mean there? What else I wanted to say? Fuck, there's something relating to that. Oh yeah, fucking yeah, it's been him shooting with jobbers. Like, him with Dean Ambrose. Him versus Dean Ambrose. Like, seriously, that was a joke. That was fucking. Remember when they fucking just they were fighting a TLC match where it's pinfall and submission, and they just Ambrose lose because he's a retard. You know what I mean? Bro, the reality is Bray Wyatt, he struggled winning things on his own, and when he set his people free, he struggled to win on his own. Even when he was with fucking the Wyatt family, and they keep fucking having to do Wyatt family reunions, you know what I mean? To try to make Bray Wyatt, like, interesting. Part of it sure could be WWE's fault. There's no doubt about it that Bray Wyatt, he has talent. He could probably try to cut good promos, but sometimes when he cuts promos, it just sometimes doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Especially, like, it's like not much worth when you kind of ruin the guy. I'm not saying the guy could not cut promos. I do think like him before WrestleMania 30 and fucking him before, just basically just him being legit buried by Cena. Like I'm not saying Cena buries people, like whatever, but who gives a fuck, honestly, in the end of the day? Because really, like, let's be honest here, even if fucking Cena didn't bury fucking Wyatt or fucking didn't beat him for many times, would Bray Wyatt even be like that big a star, or would he even be as top of a star as people want him to be? I don't think so. Because unfortunately, yeah, you still have to take account that yes, WWE sucks. I mean, Bray Wyatt, he's one of the guys that even though yes, you know, like fucking like creative sucks or whatever, or you know how wrestlers sucks nowadays, he does seem like he could have something. He has a talent that, you know what, he could be somewhat good if you have given the right creative. Like for example, if Vince Russo was still running, and apparently Vince Russo is a big Bray Wyatt fan, like why not? You know what I mean? Maybe he would be booked better. Maybe he would not necessarily be the next Undertaker, but something like in the modern age, like he could be viewed as the modern Undertaker. Maybe. Even though it's just like him wearing Hawaiian fucking shirts and fucking stupid cowboy hat, whatever. Or whatever that hat is. But he does seem like, okay, if you give him good creative, because let's be honest here, a lot of wrestlers suck nowadays, that it's not just creative's fault, it's also the rest of themselves. They don't look and act like wrestlers. Even though Bray Wyatt was kind of fat, you know, he could move, and plus he was doing the spider walk, which is impressive. And apparently he lost weight. The guy lost weight recently too. The guy's like apparently there was a recent photo of him, and he's like in a better shape. It would have been interesting. But like the reality is, yes, he's been ruined so many times, even as the new Fiend gimmick. So let's talk about the Fiend character. Or you know, the Firefly Funhouse. It was, I was like a lot of people thought it was goofy, like really you're turning him to a kid's character, but then yes, you kept building it up, it made sense. And you know what, I'm not gonna lie to you, the guy was funny at times with the Firefly Funhouse. Like for example, him freaking doing the Superman dance, or the fucking, what is it? Muscle Man dance. I thought that was hilarious when he did that. That was actually, hell yeah. When you do funny shit like that, and him, like, his vignettes with, I think, remember, with Hulk Hogan and shit, like, him even vignette to Goldberg, like, that's actually funny shit. That's good shit. You know, it's actually not bad, you know, and also him as the Fiend, you know, his old, and he's gonna get revenge on people who he lost before or whatever that did him wrong. That was actually somewhat, like, for example, it worked, like, when he faced against Cena, when they were feuding again at WrestleMania, and even maybe with Orton, even though it was like whatever, you don't really care, because like they weren't like, this was after when literally they did that shit ass fucking swamp fight, which made me fucking literally like, okay, this is stupid, because yeah, they were turning him to like, oh, he's supposed, and Smarks was like, oh, he has the Firefly, he's the new Eater of Words again, he has like the Mick Foley, face of Foley shit. Like, that's stupid. Like, really? The Eater Worlds, the Firefly Funhouse guy, and even the Fiend. Like, really? That's interesting. Like, if anything, the Firefly Funhouse character is more interesting than fucking Eater Worlds, because at least there's fucking more credibility. Fucking Bray Wyatt lost a lot of people, so why should he? And don't give me this shit that, oh, he won the WWE title. Well, guess what? It was retarded he won the WWE title. If you remember that he won the WWE title, literally, he won the title after losing to jobbers, and he's like hasn't been booked as champion. Well, how did it make sense for him to become champion if the guy was literally lose to jobbers? And apparently, like, people didn't, like, I remember fucking obviously Smart Busters, when we were doing videos, when I had my other channel, when I had made that video, a lot of people were like, fucking Sparks were angry, like, how dare you say Bray Wyatt deserved it? And I hate that when these wrestlers say, oh, you deserve it, they deserve it. Like, why do they deserve it? Just because they're losing fucking just because they were there long? Like, just because you're there long doesn't mean it should be an achievement award. I'm not saying that Bray Wyatt shouldn't have been WWE champion, but he should have been booked right. But when you ruin Bray Wyatt, why should he become champion? What makes him better than literally fucking a lot of other jobbers? You know what I mean? Just saying. I mean, I will say like that match with Cena and fucking AJ Styles on the SmackDown was also not bad too. So I will give him that. Like the guy could move, the guy could have good matches. The guy somewhat does try to cut good promos, try to have character, but it doesn't mean like it worked right. And to act like AEW is gonna help him, it's not like literally. How would that help fucking AEW? Especially when honestly, let's be honest here. When you haven't established yourself as a star, what will really help you? Okay, seriously. Yeah, but the 5 on Funhouse thing. People are hating Goldberg to say he's the reason why the 5 on Funhouse was ruined or Bray Wyatt's credibility was ruined. That is bullshit. To hate on Goldberg, right? Again, the guy is a fucking badass. The guy is literally the fucking. He's Goldberg. Why shouldn't he fucking... Who gives a fuck that he beat fucking Bray Wyatt? Why shouldn't you pretend to fucking hate Goldberg? And now people hating Goldberg because he's returning to Raw. And like, great, I don't want to see this. Great, you fired Bray Wyatt, but bring back this guy. These are the same people that are going to say that no matter who gets released, like, oh, you fire fucking... What's... The Velveteen Dream. Or fucking... You fire fucking... Who's a guy? Like, you guys hate Strowman. You fire Zack Ryder, but you bring back this guy? Oh, this is why you can't have new stars. Well, guess what? Can you, like it or not, guys like Bray Wyatt, they sadly won't become big stars. I mean, maybe, like, if you booked him right, sure. But, like, he wouldn't be as big a star as Goldberg. That's why you need guys like Goldberg and shit. Okay? And yes, I do find it surprising that you release him, but for God's sakes, it is what it is. Like, to say it's Goldberg's fault, that's fucking bullshit. Like, it's like, who cares? Like, when you're booking fucking Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman in a swamp fight, who gives a shit? You know, that's fucking dumb. And him being the Eater of Worlds, like, come on, that's goofy shit, bro. That's goofy shit. Okay, and stupid dumb crap. And to say that, oh, the Fiend is the greatest thing. Like, even though it had potential, to act like it's the greatest thing that was ruined. Oh, it's great creativity. You ruined Bray Wyatt's creativity. Like, who cares? Like, seriously, it's not better. It's just literally some Joker shit or fucking, what is it? What's fucking Bray Wyatt? Like, the fucking look of it. Literally, it's just fucking stupid fucking corny shit, okay? If anything, you should say that him fucking... Literally, the fact that Bray Wyatt, like, first of all, if you really want to put the blame, like, look at fucking him versus Rollins. That Hell in a Cell match, first of all, was a fucking joke. First of all, DQs, him fucking getting up after 10 curb stops and shit, and also the red light. Come on, don't give me this shit because of fucking Goldberg. That's all fucking Rollins crap. That ruined him. Not this whole him losing to Goldberg. But seriously, but also with fucking him fucking feuding with Strowman was a joke too. Come on here. Yeah. Oh, but it ruined his creativity, man. Then also you paired it up with Alexa Bliss. You ruined Alexa Bliss. Like, she used to just, you know, be like, she was a normal, good-looking chick. Well, now, let's turn her into a pedophile's dream, Harley Quinn, Sister Abigail shit. And now, great, now she's stuck with that character. Because apparently, what, you were booking, trying to, like, he was gonna get revenge? Like, what are you doing? Like, what sense does this make? Honestly, you should really, I really do hope they stop this Alexa Bliss Fiend shit, because it's fucking dumb. Like, it's a pedophile's dream. Why the fuck? Now she has the fucking stupid doll again? Come on. And that's G-rated fucking stupid carny shit. Fuck that, okay? But, yeah, him and also why fucking versus Orton. Aside from the Firefly Inferno match, what, like, who cares? Like, fucking Bray Wyatt looked ridiculous. I get it. He's burnt or whatever. But come on here. Who really cared that fucking he lost to Orton? Like, really, honestly, it's probably the most fitting thing, like, especially, like, with Orton, he was doing good shit, like, in 2020, to have him, like, literally, you kind of ruined Orton by just having him have the feud with Bray Wyatt. I get it, though, getting revenge, but what real revenge? He burned down his fucking compound? Who the fuck cares? But, like, really, Orton, like, he was doing good shit, him feuding with Edge, then he had to be downgrade to fucking Bray Wyatt here. And you know what? It's honestly more fitting him fucking defeating Bray Wyatt. Because especially like him having to spit up fucking stupid fucking black ink and shit. Like, come on here. And fucking him feuding with Lexa, that's fucking dumb. Okay? So, you know what? It's good that fucking Orton won, honestly. And it's probably more fitting way to end this fucking Wyatt's run, losing to fucking Orton. There could be a lot of reasons why Bray Wyatt gets released. Apparently, people saying it's because of budget cuts and fucking, I don't know. But because if that's the case, like also like budget cuts, and apparently like fucking with Bray Wyatt, he was apparently like a top selling merchandise. Like, it really doesn't make any sense. But apparently that's one of the reasons. It's because of budget cuts. Despite being a top merchandise seller, but it's not like he's a big. Because if you look at the statistics, the top merchandise sellers are still guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin and even Roman Reigns currently, and even Cena. Okay? Yeah. Apparently, also another reason why he got released is because of him taking time off because of Luke Harper's death. Which I understand, like, apparently they were so close, aside from being on screen, you know, members of, you know, their group. They were actually like good friends, which again goes to account why he took his break and why he basically wants to take a break from wrestling, kinda, because it's like affect his mental health or whatever, and also really because apparently backstage creative wasn't happy with him because he was like not happy with creative, and apparently he was like hard to work with. Honestly, I'm okay with Bray Wyatt. Like, I understand why, because let's be honest here. With the fucking booking they were doing, like, who gives a shit? Honestly, it's good for him fucking disagreeing with crap, because, like, come on here. Like, at least he has some guts. I will say that, you know? So, and plus, like, again, like, with creative, they did kind of ruin Bray Wyatt, but it is what it is, you know? Overall, after going through his career, I mean, in the end of the day, unfortunately, yes, the guy could have had potential, but honestly, it is what it is. They ruined him. But it is shocking, you know? Maybe, like, even if you... Like, obviously, the big thing is, when you added Alexa Bliss to it, that fucking ruined it. And also just whatever. I mean, I wouldn't have a big problem with the Fiend shit, or whatever, even the Firefly Funhouse crap, if he just, I don't know, did some cool shit or whatever. But at the end of the day... Obviously, you kind of ruined him. And just now, you had to be stuck with this Alexa Bliss shit. It is what it is. And it is darn shame. Like, especially, like, now the guy, like, lost some weight. Especially, like, you know, it's like he was apparently going to return. But now he's, like, released again. People are saying they're going to bring back Braun Strowman. And they might bring him back, too. Like, this is apparently just old. They're just taking a break or whatever. Maybe. Because, again, they brought back Zelina Vega. But at the end of the day, it's just, like... What's the point of releasing them and whatever the fuck? If anything, there's probably more people that you should be releasing instead of fucking Bray Wyatt, in my opinion. Guys like fucking Ziggler. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. Finn Balor should be gone. He's a fucking entertaining jobber. A lot of these fucking NXT guys should be gone. A lot of these fucking indie fucks should be gone. You know what I mean? Seriously. Bray Wyatt, like, come on. I mean, it is what it is. It's not like Bray Wyatt, he's like the most, like, entertaining guy. Yeah, sure, it's part, like I said, creative, but like, I mean, he's like, come on here. At least Bray Wyatt, some people know him. He actually has more of a name than a lot of these guys, like it or not. It is what it is, I guess. It's not like I'm gonna be heartbroken from this, like, Bray Wyatt, man. Like, but these are the same people, like, you know what? Bray Wyatt just serves so much better. Yet they're angry that WWE released him? But yet they're gonna be like, you know what? AEW, they should go to AEW, but WWE released him? You know what I mean? Like, these people are never happy, and then, if he goes to AEW, it's gonna prove them wrong. Like, what do you want? You guys want people to go to AEW, and you get angry when WWE released them. What is it? What do you want? And, it's Goldberg's fault, apparently. Yeah, another agenda to hate on Goldberg. It's Goldberg's fault he's released. Man, Goldberg, why is he coming back on Raw? Maybe because, unfortunately, guess what? He is the bigger name. And guess what? Let's be honest here. Even if you try to book better Bray Wyatt, he's still better. Even with the fucking Firefly Fun shit, Goldberg is still better. Okay, it is what it fucking is. Stop hating on part-timers, because let's be honest, they're the only ones that can. It's not because we can move on from the past. It's because, unfortunately, fucking everything sucks nowadays. Let's be honest here, okay? It is what it is. So you might as well let's fucking keep the past and fucking see what they can do with it. Like, because they're the only, they may be old, but they can still pull it off, okay? Who gives a shit? Alright, so that's my video about Bray Wyatt. That's just my thoughts and whatever, fuck, alright? So, it is what it is to Bray Wyatt. Till next time, peace, yeah, bye.